Right now at 10, a La Crosse camping ban is just hours away from going into effect.
And La Crescent officials are considering an ordinance to follow La Crosse's example.
Plus, a Dane County judge defends the governor's use of partial veto powers.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. A competency exam is scheduled for the La Crosse man accused of killing his roommate. 55-year-old John Stumlin faces felony charges of first-degree homicide and hiding a corpse. On August 8th, authorities found the body of Stumlin's roommate, 68-year-old Daniel Riordan, in the bushes behind their Southside trailer home. Today in court, a La Crosse County judge ordered an exam September 18th to see if Stumlin is fit to stand trial. Stumlin is held in the La Crosse County Jail on a $1 million cash bond.
The man accused of a Juneau County homicide is pleading not guilty. 47-year-old Donald Dahlberg of Grand Marsh faces charges of first-degree intentional homicide, as well as arson, firearm possession as a felon, hiding a corpse, and bail jumping. He's accused of killing 57-year-old Floyd Burdick back in January. He's held on a $1 million cash bond. A conference is set for tomorrow morning at 10 to schedule a jury trial.
The man accused in a Tomah stabbing is competent to stand trial. 49-year-old Jorge Santos Martinez faces several charges, including attempted first-degree homicide and aggravated battery. He was arrested back in May after an employee of the group home he resided in was found with 3 stab wounds to their back. In July, the court ordered a competency exam, and today, a judge found him fit to continue trial. The court ordered not guilty pleas on his behalf. Santos Martinez will be back in court on December 3rd.
La Crosse's Veterans Trail will temporarily close tomorrow as the city enforces its camping ban. A city release says crews will be clearing the marsh along the trail to protect, quote, public health, safety, and the environment. So any unsheltered people must leave with all their belongings by 7 a.m. Wednesday. Anything left behind will be thrown away. Earlier this month, La Crosse's Common Council voted to end camping on all city-owned property, which includes the marshlands. And as La Crosse's camping ban goes into effect, a nearby city is now considering one.
News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall has more on La Crescent's latest proposal. Jeremy.
Ken and Emily, the proposal is a local.
Trevor Dorsch lives in La Crescent. He's not concerned
That would control camping on public property. Mayor Michael Pellinger says it would prevent the unsheltered from camping on city-owned property and provide resources for them instead.
Trevor Dorsch lives in La Crescent. He's not concerned about the unsheltered population camping in the city.
People are unsheltered for a wide, varying reasons. I think it makes it tougher for them, certainly. But you know, I can't also put myself in those shoes because I've never been in that situation.
But the mayor and police chief are concerned.
We do not have the resources to help the unsheltered. We just don't. So when we do get something here, it does affect the police department, the city as a whole, and business leaders too.
We have some conflicts where private property and public property meet, and so it may affect homeowners' properties.
According to both of them, La Crescent hasn't had issues with the unsheltered before. Chief Ashliger anticipates they will come to La Crescent and believes the department will be overwhelmed with more calls. The police department proposed a camping ban on city-owned property to the council on Tuesday. During the proposal, the department created a resource brochure to help the unsheltered if the council votes in favor of the ban. Pellinger has served as mayor of La Crescent for more than 20 years. He never thought he'd have to worry about the unsheltered population. He's not surprised it could soon be an issue in his community.
This is a growing issue nationally. It's not just a local issue. Everybody knows as it's grown and COVID kind of exacerbated the whole situation, and something that we really probably not really thought about before the last 3 or 4 years.
The proposal was sent to the La Crescent City Attorney for review and drafting of the ordinance. Ken and Emily.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. La Crescent's next City Council meeting is 5 p.m. September 9th at the La Crescent Community Building.
Well, most of the region saw better conditions today, less humidity, cooler temperatures. Some did not. Of course, towards the south of Richland County and Crawford still had that heat warning and heat advisory out, but everything has pretty much been canceled and cooled down. There's your thunderstorms we had this morning that went to the north, impacted Winona up to Eau Claire. Otherwise, we've had just on and off cloud cover developing this afternoon and evening, but nothing has materialized to any showers. And then towards sunset, we lost the cloud cover and had a pretty nice sunset. We do have some low clouds out there, and that's going to be the problem. But overall temperatures much above average. You can see the difference between up to the north, where they were close to average, to all the way down to Prairie du Chien basketball area, where they were still 15 to 17 degrees above average, along with heat indices that were approaching 100. But that's all going to change. There's your dew point change from yesterday. It is beginning to fall down, and that's going to be the thing we'll see. Beyond that, cloud cover up to north, some low clouds. All the thunderstorm activity is well to the south with the front. As you wake up, fog will be probably the issue we'll have to deal with. Could be some dense in some areas, and the cloud cover will struggle to actually clear out till in the afternoon hours. And the same story for Eau Claire, probably more low clouds than actually fog. Temperatures will get back up to 70, but probably not too much in the way of sun really until we get to the afternoon hours. Now, yeah, Labor Day is coming, so you're going to punch our clock to some actually good weather coming up here. Very nice weather as we go to the weekend, and we'll kind of explain that later in the broadcast. And we do have some showers and thunderstorms coming later this week, too.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
Special counsel Jack Smith has filed a new indictment in the election interference case against former President Donald Trump. It's a response to the Supreme Court's ruling that says presidents are immune from criminal prosecution for official acts in office. The new indictment still has the 4 initial charges, but it dropped the section accusing Trump of using the Justice Department to overturn his election loss. The former president will be in La Crosse for a town hall at 6 p.m. Thursday night. Riverside South and the Southern Levee area will be closed Wednesday and Thursday for Trump's visit. The city says the closure will not affect Moon Tunes.
A Dane County judge says Governor Evers properly used his partial veto power on a school literacy bill. Evers signed 2 literacy education bills last year. Now, the first created a program and grants for schools to adopt new teaching methods. A second bill appropriated $50 million from the state budget to implement the program. Evers used his partial veto to turn several DPI allocations into a single allocation and also eliminated grants for private voucher and charter schools. Now, Republicans argued Evers couldn't do that because their bill was a guideline, not an actual appropriations bill. The Dane County judge this week disagreed with Republicans. And ultimately, though, the Joint Finance Committee in the legislature still decides when to release that $50 million.
Evers is also urging state officials to quickly implement federal standards for PFAS in drinking water. The EPA in April approved stricter limits for the so-called forever chemicals linked to serious health issues. The federal limit is 4 parts per trillion, or about 4 drops in 20 Olympic swimming pools. Wisconsin's current limit is 70 parts per trillion. The EPA's new law says water systems have to test for PFAS by 2027, and communities above the new limit have to implement safeguards by 2029.
The Green Party's candidate for president can stay on Wisconsin's November ballot. That is the latest ruling from the Wisconsin Supreme Court. A Democratic National Committee employee asked the court to remove Jill Stein from the list of candidates this fall. The Liberal majority court rejected that request without writing an opinion. Stein was on Wisconsin's presidential ballot in 2016 and got 31,000 votes. Donald Trump won Wisconsin that year by about 23,000 votes. The Wisconsin Elections Commission today approved Stein, Trump, Kamala Harris, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and 4 others for the November ballot.
Well, it's that time of year again. Students across our area are heading back to the classroom. But for one district, a familiar policy has undergone some changes. Gail Ettrick Trempealeau High School will be banning cell phone use altogether. The school is implementing this policy to reduce distractions and potentially lessen cyberbullying. School administrators say the reason for the new policy is that phone use has become too distracting for everyone. Jamie Oliver says the principal at GET High School says the new policy is less about taking something away from the students as it is about adding something back to the school day that's long been missing.
We're taking distractions away from the students, but we're eliminating distractions for the teachers.
Now, the policy goes into effect this year, and if it's successful, Oliver says it will carry over in the years to come.
Voters in Texas calling for an investigation.
Why an organization is accusing the state's Republican Attorney General of voter intimidation. When we come back.
Drugs, gangs, and crime are flooding into our communities. But instead of getting tough on the border, Senator Tammy Baldwin supported amnesty for 11 million illegal immigrants, including convicted criminals. Criminals like an illegal immigrant with multiple DUI charges who went on to kill a Wisconsin father of 3 while driving drunk again. Tell Senator Tammy Baldwin no amnesty for illegal immigrants, especially criminals. Vote to secure the border.
It's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that can cover the brightest shade of orange known to mankind in just one coat. It's only paint that will inspire you to write your masterpiece. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life both professionally and romantically. Paint.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Everyday prices are too high. Food, rent, gas, back to school clothes. That is called Bidenomics. A loaf of bread costs 50% more today. Ground beef is up almost 50%. There's not much left at the end of the month. Bidenomics is working. The price of housing has gone up. It feels so hard to just be able to get ahead. And we are very proud of Bidenomics.
There's an election uproar brewing in Texas with a voting rights organization calling for a federal investigation.
The League of United Latin American Citizens, or LULAC, is accusing the state's Republican Attorney General of voter intimidation after authorities raided the homes of its volunteers over allegations of voter fraud. CBS's Omar Villafranca spoke with some of those whose homes were searched.
They scared the hell out of me.
87-year-old Lydia Martinez, who says she is LULAC's longest-serving volunteer, had her home raided as part of a voter fraud investigation by the Texas Attorney General.
We live in the United States of America. You're acting like a Gestapos. This is not Russia.
They searched this room.
Everything.
Martinez says up to 8 officers showed up at her home last Tuesday morning. They took her phone, her laptop, questioned her for hours, and made her wait outside.
I said, let me get dressed. And she said, oh, go outside.
What were you wearing?
My nightgown, and I had all these policemen around me. It was embarrassing, humiliating. I was so angry. It was horrible.
The raid comes after State Attorney General Ken Paxton recently announced an investigation into allegations of election fraud and vote harvesting, which began in 2022. The Attorney General's office said it had found enough evidence to obtain search warrants, which they executed last Tuesday across 3 different counties. LULAC's president says this is voter suppression.
It is evident through his patterns of lawsuits, raids, searches, and seizures that he is trying to keep Latinos from voting.
Now, the organization is asking the Justice Department to investigate Paxton. In a letter first obtained by CBS News, they called his actions, quote, a serious violation of the civil rights of Latino citizens. Cecilia Castellano is running for a hotly contested state house seat and says officers executed a search warrant at her home.
Well, I believe that this is plain old politics, that the Republicans are just trying to suppress the voice of the Latino community, trying to suppress me. That's not going to happen.
We reached out to Paxton's office for comment, but did not hear back. Now, a ProPublica report found that between January 2020 and September of 2022, Paxton's office opened at least 390 cases of possible election fraud, but of those cases, only 5 led to conviction. Omar Villafranca, CBS News, San Antonio, Texas.
The Minnesota State Fair delayed.
Why organizers made a historic decision to open its doors later than scheduled.
And despite the fog that we'll have tomorrow, we're definitely going to feel more seasonable conditions for Wednesday, but we do have more rain on the way before we have a fantastic weekend ahead for Labor Day. I'll break it all down for you coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Improving your home, improving your life with a better bathroom. In just a day or two, you can enjoy a wonderful new tub or shower that is attractive, easy to care for, and safe. New fixtures, shelves for storage, and grab bars for safety. Be safe, be happy, enjoy bathing again. Be even happier with everything new. Comfort Height toilet, vanity, sink, faucet, mirror, light, and new flooring. Call or visit the board store for a prompt free estimate. Get more for less today and every day.
Life has become too expensive. Groceries and gas have gotten out of control, and red tape is killing the economy. But fortunately, our Congressman, Derek Van Orden, is fighting for solutions to make living more affordable for us in Wisconsin. He's advocating for common sense bills that would make everyday items like gas and groceries more affordable.
Now, Congress has an opportunity to lower costs by cutting red tape. Tell Congressman Van Orden to keep working to lower costs and support the Red Tape Reduction Act.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
Turn your collector car into cash. Remlinger Collector Car Auctions is now taking consignments for its fall auction on September 27th and 28th in Winona, Minnesota. Visit RemlingerAuctions.com to consign now and maximize your earnings. Early consigners receive the most exposure to our eager pre-qualified bidders. Reserve your spot today and join the excitement. Remlinger Collector Car Auctions, where every car has a story and every bid is an adventure.
My cancer drugs, $1,800 per month.
My hospital bill for a heart attack, $241,544.18.
I'm Rebecca Cook. My parents are like a lot of folks hit hard by sky-high medical bills, and with hospital closures, access to care is an even greater challenge. So what does Derek Van Orden say? Destroy Badger Care, gut Medicare, deny women reproductive care. I'll fight for affordable health care. Derek Van Orden won't, and that's why I approve this message.
Go get him, honey.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Minnesota State Fair organizers made the historic decision to open the fair late for the first time ever after powerful storms wreaked havoc on the fairgrounds. The overnight storms tore through with wind gusts of 50 and 60 miles per hour. Rainfall and downed trees littered the streets. One fair employee was injured when a tree branch fell on them after the storms. The event has been around for 165 years.
And of course, those storm conditions moving through Minnesota and then hitting western Wisconsin around the Eau Claire area and into Trempealeau County late last night. Now, I don't have air conditioner in my car right now, so I've kind of been able to use that as a gauge of just how hot it's been. It's the day before, pretty hot. Today was actually not as bad.
Better.
It felt like more than a degree cooler if you watched yesterday's show. Let's get all the details from our chief meteorologist, Greg Barnhart.
Yeah, it was cooler, actually about 3 or 4 degrees here for temperature and humidity wise, so that's going to actually get even better for tomorrow too. But we still got to deal with the foggy conditions too, or low clouds. Either the fog will hang around or the cloud cover will hang around probably till about noon too. So there'll be more sun in the afternoon. Temperatures, some areas already saw their seasonal more average temperatures up to the north today. Everyone will really see it tomorrow, so that's a good news for far southern areas. We still had the heat, humidity today. And then dry, looks like dry through most of Thursday, but we are tracking the next storm coming through, potentially front. That'll be late Thursday, probably Thursday evening. But overnight, it's really going to be the fog, but the temperatures are going to cool off a little bit more, just lower humidity. But minus that fog, we'll be mainly in the 60s, maybe a few spots in the upper 50s as we go throughout. Now, really the fog tracker we look at, the visibility could be dropping to less than a mile at times, especially further south you go along I-90. This could be a half a mile at times, between probably about 6 to 8. Given that the sun is going to be a little bit longer to come up, this does linger a little bit longer until about 9 to potentially 10. Even though the visibility will be up there, the cloud cover will probably be sticking around to about noon, and then we'll start seeing a few more breaks in the afternoon, especially further south you go. So that'll allow the temperatures to come back into the 70s in the afternoon. Further north, probably that cloud cover may linger all the way until the afternoon if you're east of the interstate towards Ladysmith and those areas. Otherwise, that northeast wind will keep the temperatures pretty much upper 70s to near 80. South, more in the mid 70s. Further north for tomorrow evening, looking very quiet. Just a few clouds out there with light winds. We'll probably see cooler temps going into Thursday, given we're going to have, once again, less cloud cover. Here's that storm track that'll be coming. It's well off the coast, it's beginning into the U.S. coast, but by this time, Thursday will be beginning to approach the area. So I think most of Thursday afternoon, going to evening will be fine, but then we'll have a line of showers and thunderstorms push through probably some point between about 8 to maybe about 1 in the morning before it pushes east. By the time you wake up Friday morning, everything will push off to the east as cloud cover and then clearing skies. So that's what we're looking at for that next opportunity. Severe threat looks to be primarily because of the timing to the west. By the time it gets here, it should probably weaken. This could change, but based on the current timing, the threat is only slight, but that would be further west. By the time it gets here, we still could see some gusty winds. We'll keep an eye on that. Rainfall amounts actually look fairly good with this, more widespread than we've had with the previous system. Here's the temperatures. When we get past this, a little bit cooler here, but up to the north, we're going to actually see a even cooler air mass come for the weekend. It's going to dive south. Notice the colors here showing the bluer, the darker red, darker green coming across for Labor Day weekend. That means temperatures are going to go further down for Sunday and into Monday for Labor Day. And that means we're going to see temperatures in some areas up to the north struggling to hit 70, more in the 60s, further south, low to mid 70s. So definitely it's going to feel more like September-like as we go through Labor Day weekend. But for tomorrow, pretty much where we should be this time of year, the end of August, minus the fog and clouds in the morning, more sun as we go in the afternoon. Otherwise, the showers and thunderstorms come late Thursday, more like Thursday evening, Thursday night, with less humidity as we go through Friday. And then the weekend, we're looking at decent conditions with temperatures mainly in the 70s through early next week. So all in all, it's going to be a fantastic Labor Day, but we do have showers and thunderstorms coming Thursday night. Minus that, you can't beat that forecast going into the first week of September.
No, it's pretty picture perfect for a Labor Day weekend.
It is right now.
All right, thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, a battle on the volleyball courts. It is a big-time early season MVC matchup tonight between Holman and Aquinas. Jacob's highlights are next.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin, with 6 locations of fun.
This Labor Day weekend only, the Hot Tub and Pool Expo is at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska. Endless pools up to $10,000 off. Above ground pools starting at $140 a month. Hot tub, swim spas, saunas, and above ground pools up to 40% off. This weekend only at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Everyday prices are too high. Food, rent, gas, back to school clothes. That is called Bidenomics. A loaf of bread costs 50% more today. Ground beef is up almost 50%. There's not much left at the end of the month. Bidenomics is working. The price of housing has gone up. It feels so hard to just be able to get ahead. And we are very proud of Bidenomics.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's fall footwear sale is going on now. Shop our unbeatable selection and prices on your favorite brands of fall boots and shoes. Right now, all Skechers are buy one, get one half price. Get a free $50 gift card when you buy any pair of Thorogood boots. Plus, we buy by the truckload so we can pass more savings on to you. Like $50 off this Baronet hunting blind or a 20-inch box fan, just $19.99.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
There's a side of Eric Hovde you might not know. In his 20s, he was diagnosed with MS, and in that moment, his life and priorities changed. Eric started Hovde Homes. Hovde Homes rescue abandoned children from sex trafficking and slavery. For children who never experienced real love, Hovde Homes offer the love, care, and support they need to heal. MS changed Eric's life, and thousands of children are alive today because of it.
Hot tubs, hot tubs, hot tubs. The Hot Tub and Pool Expo is at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska. This Labor Day weekend only. Huge discounts on Hot Spring and Caldera hot tubs. Hot tubs as low as $79 a month. Hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and above ground pools up to 40% off. This weekend only at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
Well, MVC Volleyball has returned, and we've got some big-time action to open up the season. The Aquinas Blue Gulls hosting the Holman Vikings for the first game of the year. Now, Holman enters the season as the defending conference champs and are on a 22-match win streak against MVC opponents. Their last loss August 30th of 2022 against the Aquinas Blue Golds. Both teams hoping to have a big season, but only one of them can start out with a win. First set, Vikings starting strong. Macy Klein passes to McKenna McHugh, and she sets it over to Charlie Casey, who brings it down for the big kill. Point Holman, but the Blue Golds come back strong. Tessa Miskowski bumps it to Josephine Lawton, who sets it for Samantha Davis, and she comes up with the kill of her own. Blue Golds out in front. Then still in the first, and Aquinas goes right back to it. Mikowski to Lawton to Davis. One more time. Blue Golds with the point, and they would take set number 1. Second set, and Holman would start to heat up. Klein with the serve. Blue Gold setting it up, but Moira Linz is going to stand her ground and gets the block at the net. Holman takes set number 2. Then in set 3, Holman on set point, and check out the hustle on display. Bodies all over the floor for the Vikings and the Blue Golds as well, but some miscommunication is going to lead to a point for the away team. Vikings take the set, and they would go on to win 3-2, which brings their MVC win streak to 23 straight games. Another volleyball action, number 3 Wisconsin with a tough test to open their season, taking on number 6 Louisville. Badgers looking for their first point of the season, and it comes in the form of some defense as Anna Schmreck is going to get the rejection at the net there. Then it's the best player in the country showing what she can do. Sarah Franklin is going to get the kill down the line to put UW up by 3. And then Bucky coming up in system here later in the first set by a few passes here, and it's good ball movement, and Schmreck rises and fires. The ball bounces out of bounds off the block attempt. Wisconsin would take set 1 25-18, and it's currently 1-1 in the third at last check. All right, some soccer action tonight. Eau Claire North visiting Logan. 3 minutes into this game, Dylan Morosky bobbing and weaving by defenders, and he skips one past the Logan keeper to put the away side up 1-0. It was a big day for the senior forward. About 8 minutes later, Morosky is going to miss hit one. Ball comes back to him, and he will not miss twice. Left-footed shot is true to double the Husky lead. Then visitors threatening again, and the right-footed shot comes in, but Parker Stevermeyer says, no, that's not coming there, and that's 2 thumbs up right there. But a free kick for Eau Claire North right outside the box later in the first half, and it's Morosky with the go, and he's sending it right into your living room. Huskies go on to take this one 7-0 over the Rangers. Brewers beginning a series with the Giants at home. Crew down 1-0 until Jackson Churio centers up on a changeup, and that baby is long gone. 4:39 for the rookie, and he broke a panel in the scoreboard out there in center. And then more magic out there in center field. Tyro Estrada thinks he's got a home run, but Blake Perkins is going to go back on it and scale the wall and bring it back. Unreal catch out there to keep the game tied at 2. San Francisco would take the lead, but Willie Adames says not for long. He cranks one out to deep left field, and goodbye baseball, but the Giants would answer with 2 more in the 7th, and they take the opener 5-4. And some cuts to mention from Green Bay today as teams go from 91 players to 53. In the end, Greg Joseph wins the kicker battle against Anders Carlson. Sean Clifford and Michael Pratt both get released after the trade to bring in Malik Willis that was made yesterday. And many were not expecting this on offense. A.J. Dillon put on the IR with a neck injury, bringing his season to an end. Other notable cuts are cornerback Kalen King, offensive lineman Royce Newman, linebacker Christian Welch, and safety Anthony Johnson Jr. So back to that volleyball, Wisconsin team is very fun to watch. Looking forward to watching them all year here. And then how about that? 2 Giants matching up in the first game of the season in MVC play.
That's crazy right there. I mean, they're always a good matchup when it's those 2 schools going against each other, but that was quite a streak. I didn't realize it had been that long ago.
Congrats
since
to
2022.
I mean, that's some domination right there. So
absolutely.
We'll see. It's going to be a fun year.
Yeah. Thanks, Jacob.
Okay, more news right after this.
This Thursday, one day only, earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $50 you spend in-store and online. Thursday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
We know the fentanyl coming from Mexico and China is a threat here in Wisconsin.
It's why Tammy Baldwin is working to stop it.
And Tammy passed the bipartisan Fend Off Fentanyl Act.
It takes on the Mexican cartels and the fentanyl coming from China.
And Tammy Baldwin voted 32 times to strengthen our border.
32 times to increase border patrols.
And technology to keep illegal drugs out. Because Senator Baldwin knows
keeping us safe is her first priority.
Tell Tammy Baldwin to keep securing our borders.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. So make it your best summer ever with Ford. Get your ideal combination of power and capability. And experience hands-free highway driving technology with Ford Blue Cruise, available on select vehicles. It's the Make It Ford Summer Sales Event, so make it yours. Make it now. Lease a new Ford Bronco Sport for $269 a month for 36 months, only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
It's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that can cover the brightest shade of orange known to mankind in just one coat. It's only paint that will inspire you to write your masterpiece. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life both professionally and romantically. Paint.
My day is packed. Client meetings,
patient rounds,
getting kids out the door.
But Eric Hovde thinks all women care about is Hollywood.
It's just deplorable. Sadly, with, females, they spend too much time focused on what's going on in Hollywood.
Well, guess what, Eric Hovde?
We know you supported overturning Roe versus Wade.
And we know you'd vote for a national abortion ban, too.
Eric Hovde must think he knows better than us.
What is wrong with this guy?
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
This Thursday, one day only, earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $50 you spend in-store and online. Thursday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Dogs took up important positions at a Florida County Sheriff's Office yesterday for National Dog Day.
They sure did. Footage from the Sheriff's Office shows dogs manning phones, giving media updates, and getting some time in the gym.
Safe to say, nobody was having a rough day at the office at the police headquarters. We getting all these?
Yep.
National Dog Day celebrates dogs across America and the world, drawing special attention to the plight of rescue dogs and, of course, the need for adoptions.
It was a hard day's night and they were working like a dog.
There
Is
you
that
go.
right? Is that how the Beatles lyric goes?
Yeah.
It's been a hard day's night and I've been working like a dog. Yeah, that's the song they were playing when they were doing all that.
4 dog puns
Yes.
in one story. Nailed it.
Keep them coming. Okay, Greg, we'll have one final look at your forecast when we come back.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Everyday prices are too high. Food, rent, gas, back to school clothes. That is called Bidenomics. A loaf of bread costs 50% more today. Ground beef is up almost 50%. There's not much left at the end of the month. Bidenomics is working. The price of housing has gone up. It feels so hard to just be able to get ahead. And we are very proud of Bidenomics.
Hot tubs, hot tubs, hot tubs. The Hot Tub and Pool Expo is at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska this Labor Day weekend only. Truckloads of hot tubs from major brands like Hot Spring and Caldera Hot Tubs. Hot tubs as low as $79 a month, 0% financing. Save thousands. End of season savings on all above ground pools starting at $140 a month. Swim spas up to $10,000 off. Saunas starting at $59 a month. Hot tub, swim spas, saunas, and above ground pools up to 40% off. This weekend only at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska. SpaExpoLaCrosse.com.
Improving your home, improving your life with quality for less. Don't be fooled by free installation or buy this and get that free. Be assured this baloney is the road sign to high prices. Discover what thousands of your friends and neighbors have for over 30 years. The best price today and every day on windows and doors, bathrooms and kitchens, siding and gutters, sunrooms, decks, and pergolas. Call or visit the board store for a prompt free estimate. 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse, since 1989.
Your mom got a new tractor? Yep. Can't she see in the dark? Can do. Hook up all the implements? Can do. Steer with ease? Can do. Bale hay all day? Can do. Shift like a race car? Can do. I'm out of here.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
Because you were asking all good questions.
I would have known all the answers.
Yeah, you're just like, do you know anything about him? I'm like,
do guys not talk about that stuff or what? I don't understand.
Guys can sit and hang out and not know anything about each other. It doesn't matter.
You don't know where this guy's from. You have no idea.
When you meet a it's like, I'll
Where are
sit
you
next
from?
to you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, where? Like, how do you know the birthday boy? Oh, that's so nice. And like, is your husband here? Oh, you're okay. And how many kids do you have? And what do you do? And what does he do? And what do you do? Guys don't do that.
No.
Don't even know his name.
All right, we got fog in the morning. Showers and thunderstorms return Thursday night, but a fantastic Labor Day weekend is in store with mid-70s. So that's what we're looking at.
Looks good there. Yesterday was hotter than a red-headed roofer in July, Greg. I'll tell you what. It was.
I haven't heard that one.
That was bad.
Jacob Lenzendorf, everybody.